All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan, the ex-Muslim atheist, and welcome to another episode of Sultan's House of Sin. Okay, so have a look at the next one. After one Tariq, we move to the next Tariq. This is the Tariq Masood guy. First guy was the biggest televangelist of YouTube. I think it's something like 2 million subscribers or something. This guy is approaching 1 million. He's the second biggest or the third biggest, but he's incredibly stupid. This guy's incredibly stupid. But sometimes their stupidity actually serves a purpose because they say things that they don't want to say. So I'll put subtitles on it. Have a look what he's saying. So here he is openly saying that somebody was commenting and someone said that the first guy has 4 million followers. He's the biggest televangelist. So he goes to main TVs and he makes these collective prayers. He says coronavirus is the curse of God because women's clothes are getting shorter and shorter, etc., etc. And now this is the second or third biggest. He's got 1 million followers. He's made a few videos on me as well, but he doesn't use my name. Very clever boy. And here he is openly admitting that child marriages is allowed. Islam allows child marriages. But his reasoning, look at that. He's saying, well, you know, why do you people spend so much money on women's education? Because one day she's going to be married off and her husband and his family are going to take advantage of her education. That's how the thing is. It seems so materialistic coming from people who claim to be very non-materialistic, very spiritual people. But it seems so materialistic. He's saying that, oh, why spend money on them? Let them spend money. How are they going to spend money on your daughter? Well, if you marry them off when they're little girls. That's what he basically said. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm actually confused on that. I've looked at the different interpretations. There's no direct verse in the Quran that actually says explicitly that you can marry children. There's one verse which is 65:4, I believe. That verse says is telling you which are the women, what kind of women you can divorce. And then there's one section of that verse that says those who have not menstruated yet. Now that yet part has some disagreement on that, where some people say it doesn't mean yet, it just means those women who have not menstruated, which means that they could have some sort of a problem. Some women, but if they just don't menstruate at all, so it's covering them. So I would give it to them, and then assuming that Aisha wasn't 9. Now the evidence against that is quite strong as well, that Aisha may not have been 9. But the point is, forget about whatever Muhammad was teaching or what kind of Islam do we have today, whether that's true or not. But the point is what these people think. That's where child marriages happen, when influential Maulvis, clerics like that, openly talk about it and they actually preach it. But this guy's a genius, as I said. Have a look at the next video.
5 अरब आबादी है जिनमें 1 अरब मुसलमान है, तो एक आदमी 4 काफिरों पे मेहनत कर ले तो ये थोड़े दिनों में सारे क्या हो जाएंगे? मुसलमान। मैंने सोचा कि एक आदमी 4 काफिरों पर मेहनत करे, काफिर सुनेगा नहीं बात, बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा, तो क्यों ना ये 1 अरब 4 अरब हो जाए और वो जो 4 अरब थे वो उतने के उतने ही रहे। यानी हम अपना ग्रोथ रेशो 4 गुना, जो नौजवान हजरात ने मेरी बात को मुकम्मल करें, हम अपना जो ग्रोथ रेशो है वो 4 गुना, मैं समझा पा रहा हूं अपनी बात। अगर किसी के 4 बच्चे एक बीवी से हो रहे हैं तो 4 से कितने हो जाएंगे? 16। ये नुस्खा बड़ा जबरदस्त है।
Genius. What did I tell you? This guy's an absolute genius. So basically, he said, why bother converting other kuffars? Why bother converting them? Just make 4 babies out of one woman or one marriage. Just make them. From 1 billion, we'll go to 4 billion. Voila, problem solved. And what these idiots don't understand, obviously they've been doing that for a very long time. I think Muslim women have the highest birth rate amongst all women. I think in Western countries it should be 2 at least, I'd say, to maintain the population, but in some countries it actually falls below 2, which is why that would mean that population will actually shrink. But it should be at least 2.2. But in Muslim women, I think in some cases it goes up to like 4 point something. And look what's happening. But these idiots don't understand quality over quantity, that kind of argument, but he would never understand, obviously. So he is saying that let's make more babies. How are they going to... But again, it's also a part of Islamic belief, or at least, I don't know if it's... Actually, yeah, it is. It is in the hadith that every child brings his own food with him. So don't worry about what you're going to feed him. Allah will take care of it. And that's why so many kids in Muslim countries die of starvation. So many kids in Pakistan dying of starvation. And obviously some African countries as well. And poverty is a big problem, but where's God? He's not raining money, is he? But these guys don't know. They don't care. Their only agenda is just spread Islam, however you spread it. And obviously, this is why I also support chemical castration. Take away the gun. How are they going to be able to do it? They won't be able to do it. So it'll be okay. I'd say it'd be okay. To help me produce more videos like these, support me on Patreon or PayPal.